Okay, so here we can see our spinal accessory nerve here, top levator scap. Here we can see the roots of our different cutaneous nerves, which we've already covered. Here we can see the brachial plexus passing between anterior and middle scalene. So we turn this forward, we can see some of our weak tooth structures. So number one, we can see the vagus nerve traveling through here, going all the way down into the actual thoracic cavity, goes all the way down. And then here we can see the superior root of the ansa cervicalis. So we can see that here. It's going to branch off and it's going to give us these different branches. Now the first branch will be the branch to the superior belly of the hyoid. As we follow this down and we see it divide, we'll see one branch is the nerve to the sternothyroid, and then the inferior one is the nerve to the sternohyoid. So those are the branches off of our superior root and inferior root of the ansa cervicalis, but we do not see the inferior root of the ansa cervicalis, only the superior. If we look deep here, we can see this nerve piercing the membrane as part of our internal laryngeal nerves. If we look just behind the posterior belly of the digastric here, we can see the hypoglossal nerve. See that traveling right through there, and we'll see that in another model. Okay. So if we look at this model through here, we can see piercing the thyrohyoid membrane is the internal laryngeal nerve with the superior laryngeal artery. And as this continues down to the thyroid, that is the superior thyroid artery. On the posterior aspect of the larynx, you can see the recurrent laryngeal nerve, which is what that is, or the right recurrent laryngeal nerve. Continuing looking at the nerves here, we can see our superior cervical ganglia, our middle cervical ganglia, and then here we can see our inferior cervical ganglia and the first ganglia of T1. Now collectively, these two together are known as the stellate ganglia. Here on top of the anterior scalene, we can see the phrenic nerve, 3, 4, 5, keeps the diaphragm alive. Here on this model, we can see a side view of the tongue. Here's the larynx and the thyroid. So this nerve right through here that has a red dot is the lingual nerve. This is the submandibular ganglion. And then right through here is the hypoglossal nerve. Hypoglossal nerve is the nerve that joins together with the C1 root of the ansa cervicalis. If we look right through here, we can see the trigeminal nerve, which is going to give us number 36, which is the maxillary branch of the trigeminal nerve. So 32 is the trigeminal nerve, 33 is the trigeminal ganglion, 34 is the ophthalmic branch, 36 is the maxillary branch, and then 37 is going to be our mandibular branch, which we'll see for the cranial nerves. If we turn this model over and look inside, we can see the pterygopalatine ganglion, which is number 35. And then we can see the greater and lesser palatine nerves. And if we look underneath at the palate, we can see right here the greater palatine nerve here. And then we can see the lesser palatine nerve coming back through here. If we look here, we can see the olfactory nerves passing through here. In the front, we see the anterior ethmoidal artery and the anterior ethmoidal nerve traveling together. Right. If we look at this model here, where we're looking at the nose, we're looking at the nasal septum here, and we can see the nasopalatine nerve coming through here and then going through the incisive foramen. We can see the olfactory nerves here as well. Okay. If we look at this model, we can see a lot of the same structures, but the septum's been removed, so we can see that pterygopalatine ganglion through there, olfactory nerves here, anterior ethmoidal nerve is here, and then this is the sphenopalatine artery right through there. If you look underneath, you can see also that greater palatine nerve.